just been frantically trying to find my vlogging camera today, but there it is. Yep, Apple still. And hard Bishkek, next to the bus station. Big yurt right there. Gonna get my shoes on now, get to Osh. Let's go. So, leaving behind Apple behind me. Gonna get to the western bus station, which is actually like next door this area. Oh, it's been so long since I was in Bishkek. I kind of like feel like I've forgotten things and I can remember things. Like literally, that's the same place I stayed at when I came here in 2017, and so nothing much has changed. Owners are still the same, I guess. Yeah. So I'm at the western bus station, Osh. I'll see if I can find some place that's gonna go to Osh. Place, yeah. You can help me out here. Yes. Okay, got some snacks for a couple of hours worth. Not too long, but we'll see. So, just left the bus station, got to a shared taxi, 2,500. It's going to take me to Osh. So I guess to leave at 9, so I'm quite lucky.
Уже дорого, я там не могу купить дом. И там еще магазины нету. У каждого нужна машина, чтобы как вас зовут?
Tilek.
Tilek, да.
Толик,
Tilek это желание, да?
Да.
Да. А кто Tilek?
Да. Tilek или Tilek.
Меня зовут Ян.
Меня зовут Бекзат. Бекзат.
Бекзат. Ну, все равно, что-то
Родной, да? Родная.
Да. Например, тоже это был Бишкек, это была сопряженная оба вообще. Она была моя учительница кыргызского языка, но я только начала, потом и ушла. И вообще, как она хорошо знала английский, любили разговаривать о разных темах. И я вообще не знала. Сидела, ну, она была там, и еще один друг, который я уже знаю, почти 18.
It's going to be a long 12 to 14 hours to get to Osh. So I'm quite glad I've left now.
Ну, это плюс может быть, но большой минус.
It's going to be quite a journey to get here.
Мои дети нравятся.
У
нас обычно,
да.
Младшего мы оставили дома,
Да.
все. Я младшему говорю, давай поменяемся. Который вырос, мы там останемся, а который я оставил новый дом, тебе этот дом отдам. И я не хочу. Почему? У нас такой же, кто младший, там останется.
Да, я знаю.
Кто младший, он счастливый человек. Дом все есть. Мама, папа останутся рядом.
Да. Ну, у нас в Германии оригинальный самый старший этап тоже туда будет. Ну, а сейчас, я думаю, как моя мама и ее сестры, братья уже не шутят. Потому что, например, у нас 4 братья, и мы весь где живем. И мы близко живем.
4 брата, да?
Да, только один брат в Германии, мама, я ну, другие все как бы только я, где раньше жили, рядом жили.
It's 9:30 now, and I'm guessing I'm going to get there 10 o'clock tonight, depending on the traffic. When I came to Bishkek a couple of years ago, I didn't give myself the time to really explore this country because Bishkek is about a few kilometers from the border of Kyrgyzstan. So I literally just drove from Almaty to Bishkek, and I was there for a whole week. Now I've got 2 weeks to travel from Bishkek all the way to Akatau or Caspian Sea, seeing what I can of Central Asia. I'm quite happy. I am going to see more of Kyrgyzstan because you don't really get to see much if you just go to Bishkek, that's all. You gotta get out of Bishkek and drive towards the border of China or the border of Uzbekistan. And going from Bishkek to Osh is the best way to see the country because you're on the road for 12 hours. It pays to learn Russian Cyrillic, to read the signs, and figure it out. Always remember, a H in Cyrillic is an N, and an X in Cyrillic is an H, and a B in Cyrillic is a V.
Знак нету, да? Страшно. У нас сейчас много аварий, что люди используют Инстаграм, не понимают, когда вернешь. Да? И они неправильно ездят, и сами не знают. Потом... Мы называем это как водитель призрака. Значит, он сам не знает, что он неправильно сторона ездит. Если мы так сделаем, там есть знак, там есть забор. Я разговаривала, я начала себя разговаривать на русском иногда, чтобы не забыть. На английском тоже так и сделаю, помогает. Все равно, если да, вообще адрес.
There it is, it's the flag of Kyrgyzstan, the red and the yellow. The yellow symbolizes the roof of a, call it? Yeah, that's Manus. That's what I wrote.
Здесь туалет, везде магазин, что-то надо купить.
Well, I had a bit of a stop for a refuel, some food. I've got myself my favourite chocolate in the whole Malaysia in Kazakhstan. I first had this on the Trans-Siberian, and I always have this every time I conquer Central Asia. So we're travelling past these mountains over here, and from what I remember, there's going to be like a tunnel that's like dark, it's 3 kilometers long. So we're about 9 hours away from Osh. outdoor reservation, want to make the most out of. Then again, Osh is quite close to the border, Uzbekistan. So I could get from Osh to Tashkent in a day tomorrow. I'm off road. Or maybe I'll just go Osh to Abidjan. It's traveling these mountain areas, there's no phone signals. So, wow, this is reality. Right, if you look up there, it's like they've got roads all at the top. So, I think this is the end of the mountain pass. Here's the start of it. Oh look, there's even snow in the mountains. It's still summer. The steep dark tunnel now. It's 3 kilometers long. It's well lit.
Когда дорога плохая, чтобы не слишком быстро ездить.
Нет, это суждено, ты где-то умираешь, где-то попадаешь в аварию. Вот это здесь написано. Надо просто внимательно смотреть и ездить. Вот медленно ездишь, какой-нибудь дурак тебе попадает. Лучше себе надо верить и ездить.
Driving trucks from Bishkek to Osh. Look over there, you can see a little yurt in the car. So what they do is they break down these yurts and then they put them in the car and transport them. It's a very nomadic lifestyle. They fix the dress. I just can't believe that we're on the first day of autumn. Not really, because the equinox came yet. But literally, if yesterday was the last day of summer, I'm quite impressed to see that there's still snow on those mountains. And it's been like, what, 20 degrees most of the time? So, just had lunch at a roadside stop, about 200 som. Not too bad, it's just Japan. Just use the toilets there, squat toilets. Mate, I don't have to take my pants off when I use squat toilets, but I figured a way like how not to get my pants dirty. Wow, more mountains of Kyrgyzstan. We're almost near this big little lake here in Kyrgyzstan. And on first glance I thought, wow, the water is so turquoise. I gotta think about the shirt, I mean the shirt I'm wearing, it's not turquoise, it's teal. Teal turquoise. Man. See? Even though Kyrgyzstan is landlocked, that just looks like a beach. Wow. 2 o'clock right now. I'm driving since what, 9? Any idea what time I'm gonna get there? Maybe say 14 hours. 12 hours. This is Central Asia. number plates. Wow. A lot of weird number plates I've seen on this trip. Like I've seen Russian number plates, I've seen Armenian number plates. It's quite common to see Kazakh number plates because they're neighboring countries. But still haven't seen an Uzbek number plate yet. Wow. Osh. In 10 hours.
Еще праздник был, тем более, что
I'm in Osh right now. I just made it about 20 minutes ago. I left close to 9 o'clock and I got here close to 7 p.m. Now, I just got dropped off over there by my taxi driver who basically, the guy who I was sharing the car ride to Osh with, he basically organized a taxi, but instead of taking me to the right location, took me to this one, and I'm like, doesn't really look like a hostel to me. Check my maps and I'm like, yeah, hostel's not in the right location. So, I'm kind of lucky I didn't fall for any scams about, you know, how if you arrive in your city, your taxi driver will be like, oh, your hostel is closed, it's burnt down, oh, it's no good. Here, stay at my friend's house and I go to commission. I'm like, I don't fall for that crap. So, I paid 2,500 what country am I in? Kyrgyzstan som, yes. 2500 Kyrgyzstan som, which was about £22. So not bad for like what, 900 kilometers worth of travel. And I was expecting at least, you know, 12 hours of travel from Bishkek to Osh. Some people say 14, but this guy was really pushing it in his car. We only stopped for like half an hour for lunch somewhere in the area. But it's such a scenic drive, I can tell you that. Oh my god, the lakes with turquoise color. I never seen so much beauty in a country that from where I came here 6 years ago, and people were like, oh, you only see more than Bishkek, and I'm like, well, I'm really sorry, but I don't really have much time here, and my budget has only limited me to, you know, Bishkek and Almaty, and let's not forget Georgia and Armenia. But now I got 2 weeks to get myself to Akatau. I'm just like careful with these cars because they may not give way to me. I have to remind myself that like I'm no longer in the Western world. As a matter of fact, I'm back in Asia now for the first time in 4 years. And literally like my world has been pretty much divided between like where I live in the UK to Durban, to South Africa. Like that's all where like I've traveled in like the last couple of years, you know, just due to the pandemic and all. Anyway, we'll make sure you recycle it instead of throwing it on the ground. This is going to be a bit of a rant, okay? I've taken a 10-hour trip to get to Osh today, and in my taxi, he's dropped me off at this place which was in my hostel according to Google Maps, and then so I basically walked to this area, which is where my hostel's supposed to be. But unfortunately, there's no signage anywhere that says this hostel. There's not even numbers. I ring a couple of bells, try to like ask people. I know it's hard with language barrier, but when you want people to stay in hostels, okay, you gotta advertise your business properly with signage. You know, I know this is Kyrgyzstan, but you can at least write hostel in Cyrillic for me. I mean, come on. Alright, I just tried to find another hostel back there. Rang the bell, no answer. Matter of fact, no signage. So supposed to be Osh backpackers at that one place. Like, I don't need to be reminded about what's been happening the last couple of years, but it just seems like during the pandemic and afterwards, a lot of these bloody backpackers, they're just going out of business. They're like, I can't do this anymore. So, which is fair enough. I know these things happen in life. It's like, I stayed in a hostel in Navy Sad 8 years ago, and that's when that closed. And then the hostel I stayed in Navy Sad in 2020, that's also closed either. So, you know, I'm actually quite surprised that Apple Hostel in Bishkek is still running. It's quite good though. But there used to be an Apple Hostel in Osh, but fortunately that's not working anymore. So I'm just gonna have to go find a hostel. Hopefully my battery on my phone holds out. I basically I've got all the chargers, I've got all the power banks, but seriously, it's like only 8 o'clock at night. I'm freaking tired. And I'm like, do I really want to go to Uzbekistan tomorrow, or do I just want to be like, yeah, fuck everything, I'm just gonna go take a rest, I'm just gonna stay at home and do stuff. But I mean, come on, this isn't fair. This isn't fair to, arrive in a new city and like you can't even find your friggin' accommodation. It's pathetic. Anyway, I decided to cut my losses. I mean, that hostel is probably gonna get 8 quid out of me for not turning up, but it doesn't really matter. What matters is basically I have a bed for the night. No matter if it's 10 quid, it doesn't matter. But literally, I always try to like line things up before I get to a city. I know where I want to go, I know how I'm gonna get there, but then you got no idea what it's gonna be like because Google Maps doesn't have street view in some of these places, or most of these businesses just don't know how to promote their own hostel. If I had a hostel anywhere in the world, no matter what language of a country I was in, I'd make sure I put it in bilingual. Like, if I was in, Kazakhstan, I'd make it Russian, Cyrillic, and English, and also Kazakh. Wow. Yeah. So, according to Google Maps, there was a hostel on the corner in the city square. But look what that over there. Oh my god, is that Lenin? Oh my god, that's like the 3rd time I've seen a Lenin statue in Kyrgyzstan. I saw one in Bishkek when I was last here, and I saw one of Lenin and I was driving it today, so it's quite interesting.